Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Planet X News. It is May 29th, 2018. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, a real quick update. If you saw the video that I did on the discovery of this unidentified object that I viewed on the U.S. Naval Observatory's website, we call it SETI. You could also view it on the Stereo website. And just give me 1 minute. I'm going to go ahead and share our link to our live stream here, because I'm getting a lot of messages, and a few other YouTube channels are now reporting on it. And I want to clue you guys in on something, because it is really, really interesting. You know, I have a habit sometimes of, poking fun at NASA and, the SETI, U.S. Naval Observatory. We've done battle with them before, back at the end of 2016, once again in 2017. And, I've emailed them before, and, they've kind of given me crappy answers in return. So after making that discovery, and I was watching this object all the way back on the 15th of May. And, I just didn't publicize it yet to all of you guys, because I was waiting to get more and more information, get some screenshots, get some video. And, like I've been doing for the last year, I do my best to convert all of the images to a higher definition, either 4K or, HD, so you guys can get a better look at it. I can get a better look at things also. So anyways, I did all that. I waited a couple of days. I waited for more footage to come out. And then the footage ends on the 22nd. And we really don't see anything after that because, I put my video out, the first one, which was relatively short. And then I did the live stream, comparing it to the big space colony wheel. And I started working further and further on more of these images, and I converted more of them to this 4K high definition. And I gotta say, folks, they're pretty awesome. I'm gonna show them to you real quick here. But a few other YouTube channels picked up on it, and Steve over at WSO, they were talking about it. And also this other gentleman up in Canada, Naughty Beaver, the Beaver. And, I don't know if they've seen the initial videos that I made pertaining to this object. And I know they don't have the high definition photographs that I have. But what really blew my mind once again is the fact that they take the website down. They take the U.S. Naval Observatory astronomy website, the SETI website. They take it down. And like I said, I got a habit sometimes of, putting our discoveries right in their face, and I want to hear their reaction. I want to see what they have to say. It's not the first time I've done this either. So I decided to email their administrator over there at Stereo and, the SETI. I have their email address. It's, you can find it. The lady has responded to me a couple of times over the course of the last few years. Real short and sweet emails. But I sent her a high definition photograph of this object, and also gave her the information for the date stamp, the time stamp, the whole 9 yards. And I waited 24 hours, 48 hours, and then this morning, once again, this is what you get. What you see on your screen right now, people, is what you get when you try to look up the United States Naval Observatory website. There it is for you right there. Now I'm going to show you that, I'm just not showing you a picture here on the screen. And not only do you get this, you also get this. Error. The requested URL could not be retrieved. And if you look right up here, folks, there's the website right there. Blah, 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 blah. Unable to determine IP address from host name. Like I said, this is not the first time they've done something like this. I've thrown it in their face a couple of times. And each and every time, they've done this. So, maybe they're only blocking me. I don't think so. Because I tried this from my cell phone. Also tried it from another location. And, I got this. But, the naughty beaver, he's up there in Canada. And he's throwing around some ideas related to, Ezekiel's wheel and Steve Olson's, throwing around some ideas. But, folks, I'm telling you this much, man. After looking at the high-definition video or the high-definition photographs that I was able to convert last night and finish all this up, there it is right there. I mean, that is the highest resolution of this object that we're ever going to get. I meant to, publish the information yesterday, but I was waiting to get a reply about the data that I sent them. And I got my answer, but it wasn't in the form of an email. It was in the form of, okay, you know what? We got to take the website down. We can't give any more access, blah, 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 blah. And then, you can still view this on the stereo website. However, right at the date stamp of May 22nd, whoop, they cut off half the screen. You don't see any more movement of this object whatsoever. So I decided to take the video clips that I had, and I had already converted those into ultra high definition. And once you convert those to high definition, you could get some clearer still shots, and then you could convert those still shots to high definition. And it all takes some time, folks, to get it done. Now, I just clicked to the next frame, and the object stays the same. What I want to point out to you is, as I converted these to a higher definition, I want you to pay close attention to this black area right here. This is showing us that this is definitely a three-dimensional object. This is almost like a shadow or shading. And you can clearly see the inner workings of whatever this is. It definitely has an intelligent structure. I'm not going to take anything else for an answer. You can debunk this till you're blue in the face. It doesn't matter to me. I've been studying the video since the 14th of May. And here we are, 2 weeks later, and getting around to it, and the true colors are showing. So if there wasn't anything to worry about, nothing, that this was just some weird camera anomaly, then I would have got a reply back, and mysteriously, their website's been down now, and this is a government website, you know what I mean? This is the United States Naval Observatory. Come on, man. They got the best technology, blah, 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 blah. What, are they having server problems? I don't think so. Probably because I threw it in their face, and, I'm sure they probably watched the video, but I'm going to click through these, and they all pretty much stay the same, except for this one. Hold on there, I just had a phone call. But anyways, this photograph here, now you can literally see three-dimensional structure right in here. I mean, that is crystal clear, baby. Three-dimensional structure you can see inside of this perfect square. You can see it looks like rails that are connecting the outer wheel. And you could see perfect structure in all of this. So, this was, this was one of the photographs that I emailed, to their website administrator. And, it's not, like I said, it's not the first time or the second or the third or the fourth time that she's heard from me. And I guess apparently, I don't know, maybe they didn't know this thing was there. Maybe they're too busy, working with SpaceX to blast off all of these additional rockets into space. And maybe they overlooked it. I don't know. But all I know is that is a very large three-dimensional structure, and it was moving through space through the course of time from the 14th of May to the 22nd of May when they cut it off. Now, I was waiting and waiting and waiting to see if I can catch the tail end of the video footage, and they saw to it that we will never probably see it. Maybe that's my fault for emailing them and throwing it in their face, but look, we have the high definition pictures. We have the high definition video straight off of their government website. Bottom line, it's not a star, it's not a planet. This was an intelligently built craft of some kind. The actual size of it, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea. I mean, it's probably pretty damn big. The more research that I did into these space wheels, these space habitats, they can hold up to 100,000, 200,000 people in their model theories. Now, have human beings built one of these already and put it up in the space? We will probably never know. Is it of extraterrestrial origin? Now that we've seen it and publicized it, we will probably never know. So these space agencies are definitely, probably 100 years ahead in technology than what we actually know. And then you have the SSP, which is the secret space program. And that's, that's the program that, doesn't have government budgets, and it's not really run by the government. So, we're not even going to get into all of that. But the bottom line is that is a massive three-dimensional object. And it's pretty cool that we found that. Now, the other day, I'm just going to get into these pictures here. Well, let me just show everybody real quick this little side-by-side that I did. For anybody that didn't see the other initial videos, this is what we captured. And again, you can see this object is three-dimensional. I compared it to, some of these space wheel habitats, and they are pretty cool. They spin and they rotate like a bearing, and it creates artificial gravity. Now, I'm kind of thinking human beings need to have artificial gravity in order to sustain themselves in space for very long periods of time, to prevent, muscle atrophy and problems with bone density. And these objects, they are pretty cool. They have everything that you can possibly need, even rivers, lakes, trees, grass. I mean, it's just like you're living on Earth. And they also have the ability to project holographic images on the windows to make it look like you are on Earth. And also this really cool artificial light, kind of like the sun simulator light that we see outside just about every day. But anywho, I wanted you guys to check that out in case newer folks didn't see that yet. So the other day, again, I'm outside, I'm taking some photographs of these chemtrails, and I'm timing these planes. I'm trying to see where the hell they're coming from, but there's so many of them, and they're so fast, and they're so quiet. The next thing you know, you turn around, go inside, do something for a half hour or an hour, you come back outside, and they've obliterated the sky. They've just totally, effed it all up. So I was out there taking a series of photographs with my 35 millimeter, and I noticed this faint X pattern right here. That's all. That's all I did. This faint X pattern in the sky. So, pointing the camera up there, the sky was clear other than this faint, hazy X pattern that they left. I took 2 photographs. 2. Let me see something here. Oh, I think I deleted the one that was blank. I think I did. The 2 photographs I took, this was the first one. And then a few seconds later, I took another one. And in that picture, it was completely blank. The chemtrail cloud was gone. I don't even know how that's possible in a matter of 2-3 seconds. But this object appeared in the photo. When I came back inside, uploaded the photographs to my computer, and there were like 38 photographs, and these were towards the end. And when I saw this, I was like, whoa, what the hell is that? See, and there was nothing up there to create a reflection. The sun was already down behind the hills, so I wasn't facing the sun. There was no reflection. There was nothing in the sky that I could see. And that's kind of what popped up in the photograph. And that's the original photograph. Nothing was done to it. No color alterations, nothing. Now, this photograph I did just some contrast. And man, look at this freaking thing. I mean, there seems to be something perfectly round right inside of here. You could see, I'd say 2/3 of a sphere type. But a well-defined structure. So, folks, look, it's not the Goodyear blimp. It's not an airplane. I'll be quite honest with you. I don't know what the hell it is. But it was in one frame only. Here was just a little bit of a contrast change. Pretty freaky looking, huh? Yeah, you're really starting to wonder what the hell is up in those skies. Some of the reasons why they chemtrail, who knows? I mean, they're doing so much behind closed doors. We'll never know. But there's another closer look. Look at the beautifully well-defined angles. Really, really crazy looking craft, I think, is what you can label this. And this was just a more close-up photograph. Tried to enlarge it as much as possible without losing some of the definition. And, I did convert these over to a higher definition. And a lot of activity going on around it. the different colors. Dr. Albers was astounded at the photographs whenever I showed them to her. And, her comment was, well, that's definitely some type of an energy source around this object, if not an energy source, a protective shield, a cloaking shield of some kind. It's just too perfectly well defined, to be some type of camera anomaly. This was just an inverted version of whatever the hell that is. Very well defined. Very well defined color separation. Very well defined lines. The outer shape, kind of like a capsule, I've been pondering over it for, last couple of days. This is just like a sepia filtered look in black and white, the sepia look. You could see a little bit of formation in here. It looks like there's some kind of sphere in here. Who the hell knows? Who knows what these aliens have, man? Or who even knows what our government really has? Maybe this is why I lose sleep every night. And this was just another quick, crazy-looking filter that this is what it turned out. Just a basic Lomo filter, and it's pretty radical looking, man. Same thing there, But getting back to this this website, I wanted to show you guys real quick. Let me just collapse this real fast. I'm going to blow this up so you can... I guess there were some questions. The Beaver, Naughty Beaver, was, he was going round and round about this object and the different planets that are actually showing up in the video footage. And this is the actual position of Stereo A, the actual spacecraft. Earth is down here in the green, and here's the spacecraft that took this video footage and these photographs that we captured. So one of the larger planetary objects is Venus, as you can see here. And then off in the distance, you're going to see Earth, but it will be quite smaller. And then way off in the distance, you'll see another little dot, and that is Jupiter. The way this object was coming in, it was in this type of a pattern. Or it could have been coming in like this. Either way, it was passing Venus, and it was passing, on a trajectory right towards the Earth. But it's very hard to say, folks, because that type of video footage that they put out, it's not, it's not super high definition, three-dimensional video. So, depth perception, distance is definitely hard to calculate. I'm not a mathematician. Dr. Albers can probably figure it out, briefly. She loves math. But that's the way this object was coming in. So over the course of 14 days, just about, it came in right off of this corner, and then bingo, right into the camera's view of Stereo A. So it's really hard to judge, did it pass this way? Did it pass this way? We know it was going in this direction. I mean, it could have even been going this way towards the sun. It's really, really hard to say. But it's definitely, it's not a planet, a star, or anything like that. That object was either man-made or made by other beings in our solar system, our galaxy, and the universe. E.T., man. I mean, you only got two options. It's a 50-50 shot. We either put it up there or the aliens are driving it around. Just to make a little fun of it. But that's where we're at right now. And I don't think we're ever going to find out exactly, what that object is. And once again, whenever you go over to the SETI website, they've done it again, so maybe this is my fault. But, it's kind of coincidental because a couple of days ago, I decided to toy around with them a little bit and see if I could get a response. I guess this is the response that we get. So there's no way to view this site until they put it back online. And some will say, it's a coincidence. Maybe not. 4 times to me is not a coincidence. And furthermore, they've taken down the Soho coronagraph website where we can't get the normal access that we got for years. Now, they did that on January 24th. And, over the last 2 years, folks, I've made some pretty astounding discoveries on those 2 coronagraphs, the C2 and the C3, the blue one and the red one. And I toyed around with them back in June of 2017. And I guess they didn't like it because they did the same thing. They took the site down. I think it was down for like 10 days. But who knows what these space agencies do? Can't get into the site. They took it out. Oh, you know what I wanted to do real quick? I wanted to share this, but that's all right. We'll share it on the Facebook page later on. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. That's what's going on. There's a few other YouTube channels that, they're playing around with the images, trying to figure it out. And bottom line, listen, folks, that object, it's nothing religious. It's nothing related to our topic of Planet X. As I define it right now, it's an unidentified object in our solar system, cruising around, bigger than hell, because that object has to be massive. I wouldn't say now that it's as big as a planet. I don't think that at all. I think that it was very, very close to the spacecraft as it came in, kind of under the spacecraft a little bit, and then it seemed to make somewhat of a turn. I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys here real quick. I was still converting more of the video footage, and let's see if we can see it in this one. See, when you zoom in on this, it gets a little blurry, and this was even converted over to a higher definition, but we can see that object rolling, spinning like a bearing, and it doesn't seem like the middle part moves, but the outer part does. And that is typical of these space wheels, these space habitats, because that outer wheel has to spin in order to create that artificial gravity. So if there is artificial gravity in this craft, well, then that's kind of pointing me to that maybe this is part of our space program. Maybe this is Maybe it's a collaboration between our space program and the ETs. I don't know. Because all I know is in order for human beings to sustain long periods of time in space, they have to have artificial gravity. And that object is spinning. And if you look up space wheels, space habitats, you'll start to see what I mean. If you watch a few videos, I did a whole live stream on this. But just, to bring you guys up to date, this is what's flying around right now. They took the websites down. We're probably never going to be able to get that additional footage showing it, because we would have probably got another 7 to 10 days of video footage as this object progressed from the right to the left across the screen. And it even seems to make a little bit of a turn right there, because it kind of flattens out a little bit. You'd actually have to, stare at this and watch this with deep concentration, and you'll see the object start to make a turn. But it stays spinning. It is truly an amazing piece of video, and I'm glad I captured it, because it really makes you wonder. Like I say, we don't really know what's up there in our skies. All we know, we see the occasional airplanes, we see birds, we see chemtrail planes. But, other than that, after we get past that cloud cover, who knows what's up there? I had somebody email me and say, maybe it was a satellite. Well, number one, they don't build satellites this big. And I could tell you this much. Whatever this object is, it dwarfs the International Space Station. It makes the space station, look like a little dot. This object is absolutely massive. And like they said, these space wheels, these habitats were designed to house 100 to 200,000 people. Maybe they're on their way to Mars. Maybe they're on their way to another planet. Maybe they've already started leaving the planet. I wish they would. I wish that New World Order and the whole Illuminati and all of those bigwigs, I wish they would just leave the planet. Get the hell out of here. You don't want to be here? Take off. We'll survive. The Earth is pretty tough. It's been around for a long time. Yeah, we may have some problems. Some of us may not survive. Some of us will. I believe mankind will always go on, with a little help from some friends out there in the rest of our solar system and our galaxy and our universe. Folks, it makes me think whenever I see video footage like this and other UFO video footage. It makes me really think. Makes me think deep, I block out the religious aspect of it to try to think with a very broad and open mind. I like to sit and think that, we're all God's creation. Who is God? What is God? Is he an energy force? A supreme energy force? Why do we have all of these different races of people? Why didn't God just make one race of people? So that kind of throws my mind into the whole ancient alien thoughts and theories about, them manipulating our DNA. What were we? Who knows, man? There are so many unanswered questions. And folks, there's nobody that has all of the answers. You know, we can speculate, we can theorize, and there will always be these unanswered questions. We're looking at one right now. I know I'm going to probably go to my grave never knowing what that object is. Nobody's ever going to tell us the truth. At least not in my lifetime. It's pretty amazing. I'm not going to fool around. I want to know what the hell this object is. You know, I mean, I really, really do. But we're never going to find out. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, folks. Let me get out of here real quick. I am going to post these high definition photographs. I'm going to post these on the Planet X News Facebook page. And if any of you want to download them, you know, just click on the picture on Facebook, go down in the lower right-hand corner, click on download, or, you know, just take a screenshot of it, copy, paste, whatever. And toy around with it yourself. You know, I mean, this is pretty much the highest definition that you're going to get. The websites aren't up anymore. I don't know what they're going to be doing to the footage. Who the hell knows? You know, what did I do? Did I cause a breach in national security or what? But who cares? I believe we have the right to know. But if any of you want to download any of the images, check them out, make your own video, have at it, man. You know, it's public information now. Well, actually, it's more than public, because we have subscribers and people from all over the world. So maybe that's what we need to do. Make your own video. Give your own opinion. And then sit back and wait for the troll operations to come after you. Because they've already come after me big time for these last couple of videos in the live stream. I could sit here for hours and, you know, let you guys read the emails, but it would, you know, most of it's enough to make you puke. But you guys check this out. I'll put the information up on our Facebook page in a few minutes after I end this live stream. And, you know, if any of you guys are subscribers of WSO, let Steve know what the deal is. If any of you guys listen to Mr. Naughty Beaver, let him know what the deal is. There's high definition photographs right on our Facebook page. They're free to use them. Just don't misuse them. That's all I have to say. You know, I don't think it's Ezekiel's wheel, but it's definitely some kind of wheel. And will we ever know what it truly is? I doubt it. But listen, folks, I just wanted to bring this information to you so you guys can check it out. I'm going to sign off for now. It's been a long day. And we're planning a live stream with Dr. Albers tomorrow, probably early evening about the same time. And she's going to be doing a series of articles based on the seals. And I'm not talking about, you know, the ones in the ocean. What is it, the 7 seals? She's going to be doing a series of articles and video articles about her translations, her thoughts. We were talking about it today, and it really caught my attention. I believe that it will also catch your attention. So, whenever she starts the series of these video articles, make sure you watch them and don't miss not a one. Listen, folks, be safe out there. Stay tuned to Planet X News and Dr. Albers' channel. Make sure you're following Planet X News on Facebook. And we will see you soon. Take care, folks.